Hey guys, today Asena, Nichita and I will teach you about the Tudors. So let's begin meeting them.
Who were the Tudors, you might ask? Well, the Tudors were a dynasty who ruled Britain from the 15th to the 16th century. The House of Tudor was an English royal house of Welsh origin. Their reign lasted 118 years, from 1485 until 1603.
It all started with Henry VII, and eventually the Tudor times ended when Elizabeth I died.
The first Tudor on our list was actually the first Tudor monarch of England, Henry VII.
He didn't inherit the crown. However, he fought for it in the Battle of Bosworth in August 22nd, 1485.
His army managed to defeat the House of York, and so Henry became leader. Born on the 28th of January 1457, he became king at the age of 28 and reigned until he died when he was 52 in 1509.
In order for him to have a certain spot as the King of England and its realms, he made some compromises. He married a woman from the House of York so there would be peace between the two families.
He also made several deals with other countries in order to keep any kind of conflicts away. In conclusion, Henry VII was a good and brave leader.
Now let's move on to the next Tudor in line, Henry VIII.
He was the son of Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. He was born on June 28th in 1491, and his reign lasted until his death in 1547. Henry VIII's goal as the second Tudor monarch was to have an inheritor and continue the dynasty. In fact, he was so desperate for a son that he had to marry 6 different women to finally receive a son in reward.
His 6 wives in
Chronological order
were Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, Catherine Howard, and Catherine Parr. 2 of them were beheaded, 2 of them divorced, 1 of them died, and the last one has survived and remained next to Henry until his death. His 3rd wife, Jane Seymour, was the one who eventually gifted him with a son.
Henry VIII's son came up next for the throne, Edward VI. Born in 1538, he became King of England at the young age of 9.
Edward was a devout Protestant, and even though his father was a Catholic, he still wanted and even made some changes to the religion in England. He changed the church's appearance and even changed the rules priests had to obey, and he turned prayer book from Latin into English.
He ruled for only 6 years as he unfortunately died in 1553 at the age of 15.
Because Edward couldn't have a child to inherit the throne, his stepsister Mary took the crown in 1553 when she was 37 years old and Anne married.
Mary has only ruled for 4 years until she died. However, in that period of time, she managed to obtain a nickname for herself. She was a seriously devout Catholic, and during her reign, she has changed everything that Edward has left behind regarding religion. In fact, Mary was so strict when it came to people following her new idea of worshiping God that she is known for strangling and brutally killing masses of Protestants. She earned the nickname of Bloody Mary due to her horrible decisions and actions.
Bloody Mary passed away on 17th November 1558 with a marriage which has produced no children to Philip II of Spain.
Since Mary didn't leave an inheritor behind, her sister Elizabeth became Queen of England in 1558. Many consider her to be the greatest monarch in English history. When she became queen at the age of 25 in 1558, she inherited a bankrupt nation torn apart by religious discord. In the half of a century in which she ruled alone, she has changed many things. Elizabeth made herself governor, so Catholics could still call the Pope the head of church, and allowed priests to marry in order to please Protestants.
Her goal was to make both sides happy. Eventually, and unfortunately for England, she passed away on March 24, 1603, without an inheritor to continue the Tudor region, as she never married or had any children. That was when the Tudor times ended.
In conclusion, the 118 years in which the Tudors were in control have been full of religious debates and many changes. Overall, the Tudor dynasty was one of the greatest, but also problematic, in a sense, in a way, kind of England.
Thank you for watching and listening to our paper slides video. Hope you learned something new.